What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23-1. Before we get into the topic at hand, I'd like to say a big shout out to my brother above. Rest in peace, Mike. It is his 40th birthday today. I miss you very much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, leave the dope game alone. That heroin is killing people left and right, dropping like flies all across this nation. And my condolences to anybody who might have lost a loved one to drugs. It's sad. It's sad. Life snipped short. Now let's go ahead and move on to Mr. Conor McGregor. That's right. He is making headlines across the nation. He is in trouble once again, and with some pretty freaking serious charges, ladies and gentlemen. He has charges that I thank God every day that I never caught, because I was doing quite a bit of these, okay? Quite a bit. McGregor allegedly took a phone from a man taking photos of him outside the hotel and smashed it. According to Miami County Jail's website, McGregor charges of strong-arm robbery. Damn! And criminal mischief of $1,000 or more came with bonds of $7,500 and $5,000, respectively. Both are felony charges. Okay, what does this mean for McGregor? Okay, first off, let's just look at the crime, okay? How many of y'all out there has snatched something from someone and either threw it or broke it and never got any trouble? Well, let this shed some light upon the situation that you might have avoided, all right? He got strong-arm freaking robbery for taking a cell phone out of... Look, I'm not saying it's right what he did, okay? He's a superstar. You should know that people are going to take pictures of him with a freaking camera. This dude's obviously got some anger issues, and he needs to handle them. If he doesn't handle them, he's going to be in the penitentiary in no time, okay? A man with pride and anger issues is going to end up in prison very quickly. But at the same time, to his defense, these charges are absolutely bullcrap. Bullcrap, man. You know, can you imagine the officer, like, hearing, or whoever heard what happened, having to press the appropriate charges upon McGregor because by law, by paperwork, that's what he did. Just like I was saying the other day about how crazy abduction is, okay? You can be facing 50 years in prison just because you pulled someone 2 feet, okay? It's absolutely insane, when really it's like, if anything, a misdemeanor assault for just touching an individual. Now, with this case, he snatches the phone and smashes it, all right? Yeah, I understand, but it's petty as hell. Petty as hell, all right? If anything, I'm going to tell you exactly what I think is going to happen. And in order for me to tell you what's going to happen to this man, we got to break down some charges he had in the past, all right? But as far as him snatching a phone from someone, yes, it's technically, I guess, strong-arm robbery, but at the same time, it's so petty that if I was the one laying the charges down, I wouldn't have even given him no kind of felony. Misdemeanor assault at most, you know what I mean? Or destruction of private property or something like that. But of course, the paperwork, you know, the stipulations for those charges probably don't fall in line with that. But I've seen stuff like that happen all the time. I've been pulled over and had charges pressed upon me, but really it could have been worse charges. But the officer's like, nah, I'm just going to give you this. You know what I mean? I'm just going to look out for you. I'm going to give you this. So it's crazy. It's really based upon the victim. So you know that this freaking punk victim, I'm not going to call him a punk. He's probably just a normal individual living his life, and he's not about no street life or anything and doesn't have any kind of that street mentality. So he did what a normal citizen does. Goes to the precinct and, tells everything super dramatized. He's like, oh my God, he snatched a phone from me. I think he broke my neck from the whiplash of snatching the phone from me. And I'm not saying that's what he said. I'm just saying some people can get dramatic like that. You know what I mean? But anyways, this guy, I can only picture him going in there saying, yeah, I'm emotionally distraught. I got PTSD now because he snatched the phone from me. I want justice. I want justice. He wasn't harmed in no way, shape, or form from what the reports are saying. Wasn't harmed at all. Okay, he probably got more harmed from opening up his book to read at night from a paper cut. Justice. Where's this justice? I don't know. I'm sure the charges will be dropped to something much lower. All right, and we're going to discuss that right now. McGregor, not too long ago, got into a dispute. He got into a dispute where He threw, what was it, a barricade or a chair or something through a bus window that had other UFC fighters in it, and he harmed someone. Okay, he harmed someone, and the glass shattered, I guess, and hit a guy by the name of Chisa. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but anyway, the glass hit him, and he was bleeding from like his forehead and stuff. And the charges that were pressed on him, I believe, were like 2 felony accounts of criminal mischief. And I don't know if he had some kind of, violent charge to go with it. I think he did, because you shatter a bus window. Look, this is the funny thing, okay, ladies and gentlemen. If I were to throw anything at a bus window and it shatters and it breaks, glass breaks and it makes someone bleed from their face, I'm going to be hit with malicious wounding. Malicious wounding, ladies and gentlemen. That's if you break a bone or break the skin. That's the charge that you're going to get, and that's, I think, a max of 25 years, if I remember correctly, because I had it at one time, Me, that's what would have happened, okay? And I'm not hating on the guy. I don't want to see anybody get locked up, especially not McGregor, because I like McGregor. I like watching him fight, and hopefully, this doesn't mess up his future in the MMA or whatever the case he has going on. But McGregor took a plea bargain where he pled guilty to a misdemeanor charge and had to do some community service, and he didn't have a criminal record, which is great. You got to keep in mind, too, once you get a felony, especially a violent felony or something along those lines, your travel visa and all that stuff's going to be messed up. I believe he won't be able to travel no more if he has a felony conviction on his record. I'm not sure. I don't know the guidelines when it comes to that. I need to learn that, because I do have violent felonies on my record, and I want to travel myself. But at the same time, I'm terrified of planes. But I know it messes with your visa some way, shape, or form. But he avoided that. He pled guilty to lesser charges. And this is before, this charge now, the strong arm robbery. But he pled guilty to lesser charges, which is, just goes to show you that, is there really justice in the justice system? Because I'm not, like I said, I'm glad that he got lesser charges, but why can't other normal individuals get lesser charges like that? They don't. They're going to the penitentiary, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the facts of life. You can say it's because of money, fame, whatever the case is, great lawyer, it doesn't matter what the case is. The justice system's balances are all out of whack. If they're going to convict some people of that, they should convict everybody of that. If they're going to let charges slide on that person, they should let it slide on everybody. That's how it goes. And nobody sits here and talks about this stuff, really, because is it really going to change anything? Hell no, it's not going to change nothing, man. It's not going to change nothing. But it makes me sick that not everybody is treated the same. And also, I want to talk about something else as well. When you're rich and you're famous, it's very, the charges are crazy. People will start suing you and everything, okay? Like, not to be talking about this old news, but when he threw it's going to all fall in line with the new charges, okay? When he threw that thing at the bus and it hurt the dude and whatever, Chisa, hopefully I'm saying his name right, but he claimed that the injuries he suffered robbed him of a chance to fight at the lightweight title in April of 2018, I believe. He filed a lawsuit that claims that he'd been rendered sick, sore, lame, and disabled. That he has experienced pain, suffering, and a loss of enjoyment of life, and will experience the same in the future. That he has been obliged to expend and will expend in the future sums of money for medical aid and attention, as well as compensation for economic loss. That he has been unable to attend his usual avocation and activities, has suffered a loss in other benefits as a result, and believes he will continue to suffer in the same in the future. Wow. All that from a little piece of glass cut in his forehead. And this dude's supposed to be an MMA fighter that's used to getting beat and pounded on left and right. Man, come on. I wouldn't even feel like a man suing someone for that. I would have wiped the blood from my face, but no. You don't see him wiping the blood from his face. The blood's dripping down his face, and they take a picture. He's like, kind of like, sometimes you see people that get punched or something. They're like, trying to embellish it, dramatize it. But, me personally, I would have wiped the blood from my face and tried to get off the freaking bus. You know what I mean? And handle my business. But no. People that got money, people that are famous, they get sued. People try to bury them and ruin their career. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is for the simple fact that that's what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen. I strongly do not believe he's going to be charged with strong-arm robbery for stealing this guy's cell phone. No. Or breaking it, whatever you want to call it. Breaking on pavement. I believe it's going to be settled outside of court. Dude's going to sue him. And he's going to end up forking over probably millions of dollars with attorney fees and lawsuits. Just because he has pride and anger issues, might have had a bad conversation on the phone and decided to snatch someone's phone from their hands and smash it. Ladies and gentlemen, please keep this in mind. Learn from all these stories that I tell you, okay? You might have a family and a great career, but I can promise you with just two fingers on someone's shoulder or face or anything along those lines, you can be pressed with charges, okay? You can be charged as a criminal and you can lose everything behind it because of your anger and your pride. And you know, it's very hard for me nowadays to keep my hands to myself. People out here, and it's always been like this, have no respect, okay? They will test you. And it's up to you whether or not you want to make the right choice. And obviously here, he made a stupid choice and grabbed the dude's cell phone out of his hand, smashed it on the ground. Okay? Strong arm robbery. All right? And I know a lot of people out here nowadays that are against strong arm robbery for robbing a drug dealer. Can you believe that? There's drug dealers out here pressing charges on their freaking plucks because they got robbed. You know? The game's all messed up. And it's sad, man. The justice system, there's so much paperwork and so many damn laws that eventually, even it's going to bite them in their ass. Even the lawmakers are probably like, damn, why did I pass that law? Now I'm facing, prison time behind it. It's crazy, man. There's so many freaking laws and technicalities in this country. And honestly, when you have so many rules, regulations, technicalities, and stuff like that, it's going to be the downfall. It's going to be downfall because there's paperwork upon paperwork. Can you imagine all the paperwork in this country and all the courthouses and all the federal institutions, man? The paperwork is destroying individuals. I don't even want to begin to think about the paperwork and all the stuff that's typed into computers over petty stuff, fines, charges. It's ridiculous. At the same time, it's a moneymaker. And it's keeping people employed, but I think it's going to be the downfall. You know what I mean? The justice system is so out of whack nowadays. I don't know what to think of it. Of course, there's some things being, justice is being served appropriately when it comes to murders and rapes and stuff like that. But petty stuff, there's a lot of petty stuff out here, okay? Like my homeboys locked up over half a blunt of weed when it's legal in so many states already, stuff like that. It's just, this man's life is put on hold. This man's life, of course he was on probation, but at the same time, it's stupid, He's gonna have to start from scratch all over again for probably the third or fourth time just because of half a blunt of weed. And it's stuff like this that's happening all across our country. But, to sum it all up, McGregor, I don't think he's gonna be fully charged with these crimes, but if he is, he might go to the penitentiary. He might. And if he does, will he be all right? I think so. I think so. I think he'll be able to handle his own. There might be some individuals in there that might try to get at him, but based upon his mentality and him being able to throw fists, man, I think if he were to go to penitentiary, he might trick his time up. Yeah, I think he would trick his time up, but at the same time, I definitely don't think so. I don't know what's going to happen with this guy's career. It's sad to say, but with fighters, you can be in the limelight 1 second, and then you lose a fight, and no one cares about you the next day. That's how it goes, man. And it's sad to say because fighters, they're warriors. They're warriors. And just because you lose one fight shouldn't ruin your career forever. And some people, it does. A lot of them, it does. Once they lose one fight, no one cares about them. Their fans don't even lose a lot of respect for them, which is ridiculous. The amount of money that they're making significantly drops. The limelight's gone, and they start falling into a pit of depression, okay? And, if I were to give any advice, I'm not an MMA fighter or anything like that, but Go watch Rocky or something, man. You know what I mean? He lost his first little bout, but he came back. Yeah. Just because you lose a fight don't mean nothing, dog. Train harder. Train harder and work to get back in that limelight. But some people, they get beat so damn bad, they know for a fact no matter how hard they train, they're not going to beat that dude unless it's some lucky stuff. You know what I mean? Get them in some kind of crazy lucky submission real quick. But don't let it break you down, man. If that's the career that you chose, keep at it. Work harder, strive harder, and make your dreams come back to life. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I'm going to keep McGregor in my prayers because I know what it feels like to be facing some serious charges, man. You know, it's horrible. It's depressing. Your life's at a standstill. You never know what's going to happen. You know, that guy whose phone was broken is probably going to go into courtroom crying like a little baby, acting craziness, trying to get either money. If he's really going to court and really try to get him locked up, I'm sorry to say, but that's a punk freaking move, man. For real. Just buy yourself a new cell phone and keep it moving, man. Hey, if McGregor broke my cell phone, snatched it from my hand and broke my cell phone, I'd be honored. I'd be like, did anyone get that on camera, man? Send me a copy. I'm trying to put it on YouTube tomorrow. I'm not going to press no charges, but it's an honor, McGregor. I salute to you, man. Thank you. Thank you for breaking my cell phone for me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you did. And stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to have a crazy story about a crazy cellmate. Not my cellmate personally, but a cellmate that was in California. Okay, this guy has some crazy charges, and what he did to his cellmate is even crazier. And not only that, I mean, this guy looks like a very sick, evil individual. So stay tuned for this crazy episode coming y'all's way tomorrow. And don't forget to check out all the links in the description of the video. Add me up on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. Check out my Teespring page. All of it's in the description of the video. Get yourself some 23-in-1 merchandise. My Etsy page is up and running again for anyone that wants to buy my artwork. And also, one more thing before I go. I told, a lot of people, I got a lot of Christian fan base on my channel, and I can understand why I speak about the Lord above all the time. And they're very uneasy about this whole ghost hunting thing that I would like to do every now and then. And I understand. And, me and Brittany, you persuade us. We had a change of heart. We're not going to do it. The equipment that I got, I think I'm going to gift it to Matt. So stay tuned for that if I decide to do it. But I'm definitely keeping the night vision camera. Definitely doing that. I got plans to do something else with that. Night vision and infrared camera. Who knows? I might need that in the future. But y'all be easy, be safe out there. And I love every last one of you. And y'all's input means a lot to me. For real. Reading y'all's comments, it does. Some of them are just absolutely insane and ridiculous. And I block you faster than white on rice. But the majority of my commenters and my fan base, y'all are amazing. I love y'all, man. Y'all are truly my friends. As always, I salute to every last one of you who've been supporting me since the beginning, and everyone else who's just now joining the lockdown compound. Y'all be easy, be safe, and stay free out there.